Grumble, grumble.
Hey everyone, it's the Grumpy Meeple, and I'm coming back at you with some more Marvel Zombies related content. I figured I spent $700 on this game, I might as well play it. So I've decided to share that experience with you because I'm such a wonderful, nice guy. And we're gonna do it now. So, first off, I should note, man, these minis are fucking awesome. Like, these are really, really cool miniatures. They are. There's no question. All right, so first of all, we got to fix our health here. So we start at 5. I have glanced at like the first part of the rule book, but not the whole thing. So we're gonna learn by doing here, which is always fun. And yeah, we're basically gonna get started here. So we are on mission 1, the hunger. The infection was almost instantaneous, and with it came the endless hunger. Always there, always pushing you for your next meal. When it takes you over, it doesn't matter who you were, what your morals were, or who your friends and family were. If they are alive, they are food. This hunger, it cannot be sated, only suppressed. So, the objectives. They can run, but they cannot hide. Accomplish these objectives in any order. Devour all bystanders. The game is lost if any bystander escapes the map. The exit is right there. The bystanders we need to actually place. And the way that you do that is you find these handy dandy bystander kind of markers. Shuffle up your bystander deck. Yeah, it just says bystander cards from 4. I'm just noticing that some of these bystander cards, they're not actually bystanders. It's like a trap, like create a spawn deck. But I'm assuming that doesn't work the same way. I mean, it says devour all bystanders, but it doesn't say devour 4 bystanders. So you place these cards out on the map like so. I really like this mechanic. This idea of putting figures on the map is something that came about in Zombicide, or cards out on the map is something that came out in 2nd edition, and I liked it there. I wish this had more elements of 2nd edition in it. I wish it had like the interactive, really cool cards that actually sit on in the environment and tell a story, but it doesn't. So what are you gonna do? Yeah. So I just kind of hate it when game companies regress in their development. I slam Flying Frog for the same thing. I slammed them in my coverage of the most recent Kickstarter because it doesn't appear to contain the campaign elements that were in Valley of the Serpent Kings and Gates of Valhalla, much less the the bigger campaign system of the expansion that is coming out in Wave 3. And so I gave them shit for, why are you taking a step back instead of forward? And you could say the same thing about all the post 2nd edition Zombicides too. It's like you should be integrating these elements into the game, not introducing them and then pulling them back out. All right, devour all bystanders, take all objectives. Like, what are those supposed to be? What are the objectives supposed to be? Then escape via the exit with all zombie heroes. Any zombie hero may leave through the zone through free, blah, blah. 5 to 6 zombie heroes. The green spawn point is only used in games with 5 or 6. It is active from the start of the game. Oh, so you can play this with less zombies. All right, well, I'm gonna pull out the Wasp, because I don't give a fuck about the Wasp. And Captain Marvel, because I don't give a fuck about Captain Marvel. And we're gonna pull those out there. And we're just gonna focus on the Fantastic Four. Of course, I don't have the Fantastic Four yet, but I will. If I keep it. I don't know, we'll see. I really, really like the X-Men. I really, really don't give a shit about much outside of the X books. Okay. So we're playing with just 4. Special rules, the taste of flesh. Each bystander gives 5 XP to the zombie hero who devours them. Be prepared. Each objective gives 5 XP to the zombie hero who takes it. Okay, so that's why you grab those. Okay, and that's it. Simple enough. So in the player phase, you basically have a couple actions you can take. The first thing you do is you increase the hunger tracks for all of your zombie heroes. So the way the hunger track works is basically every round you increase it by 1, or every time you roll the chompers on a die, you increase it by 1. As it goes up, it adds dice to your basic attack, which is cool because that was one thing I was complaining about during the unboxing. I was like, you know, like you're only rolling 2 or 3 dice, then kind of shit. So I was wrong about that. But once it gets to the 4th slot, you become ravenous and you can't do anything other than move and devour. And devour is another action that you can take where you basically eat a motherfucker, and doing so drops your hunger back down to 0. So there's a little bit of a push your luck mechanic where it's like, how hungry do I want to get before I basically lose control of my character? So you can move, you can open doors, you can gain a trait where you draw from the trait deck. Those go here. You can have 2 at a time and they're single use. You can attack, interact with an objective, and then that's basically it. Everybody gets an activation token. And these all flip. Just so. All right. So the exterior doors are all locked by default, I believe. I didn't actually look that up, but I'm almost positive that's how it's supposed to work. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Again, I did not do a ton of prep for this. I wanted to just get going. Yeah. It doesn't specifically say. And there are closed door tokens, but I'm pretty sure that these are just like locked by default. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. Figure it out. All right. Now, I lost one of my dice somehow. Did I? Or did it? No, wait, we gave it 5 dice. Oh well. I'm sure it's right in front of me and people are screaming on the camera like, why? Fucking blind idiot. Because I was just handling one. Anyways, so we start with the Hulk. Right now, Hulk has got his smash attack, and he's got the strongest one there is. Enemies have -1 toughness against your attacks. Unless using Thunderclap, you may reroll any dice if there's a superhero in your zone. Yeah, he gets pumped up when somebody's in the area with him. All right, so we know that we need to grab the objectives and we need to stop bystanders from escaping, and the escape is here. These boards are already warping, which is really fucking annoying. It's a CMON thing too. I'll just throw a bunch of desiccants into the box and that'll mostly take care of it, but I did leave this set up overnight, but whatever. So on your turn, you take a couple actions, and let's see here. Yeah, so There it was. It was up my sleeve. Oh my god. I'm wearing another one of my dope ass nerd jerseys, and the tie was literally up my sleeve. I feel like fucking Gambit or something. All right. So he's going to move one. He's going to kick this door open. That's two. And when we open the door, yep, reveals all the enemies and bystanders waiting inside. So we find Mary Jane. So when you devour one of these bystanders, which is the only way to hurt them, you can't just do a normal attack on them. You have to eat them because they're special. You get the ability that is on their card as a permanent buff. So for Mary Jane, it says after attacking, you may increase hunger to reroll all dice once. Very cool, very cool. So Mary Jane is right there. We need the Mary Jane miniature. Where you at, girl? She's got her coat kind of thrown over her shoulder. Oh, there must be bystanders in this box as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of bystanders. There she is. There's your Mary Jane mini. She goes there and she's thinking to herself, fuck, the Hulk of all of these assholes, the fucking Hulk. Oh, these guys can escape. The bystanders actually escape through the spawn zones. I see. Enemy phase. Activate. Attack a zombie hero or move. And then the Hulk moves here, but he can't do anything else. So that is the Hulk's turn. I like these activation tokens. It's something that's relatively new, I think. Next up is Captain America. Captain America and the Zombie Avengers. All right. He's going to move 1, 2, and then take a devour action to try and eat old Mary Jane. So devour action, he just rolls 1 die, and he needs a 4 or better. He gets a hunger of 6, so that increases his hunger, but he does devour her, and now he gets her card. Lovely meal for Cat. And you get, what do you get? By default, you don't get any XP for devouring, but in this game you get 5 XP. So he gets 5 XP. The XP system works the same as in every Zombicide game that's ever been made. As you gain XP, you gain levels, which increases your ability set and also the difficulty of the game because the spawn cards are colored. All right, well, that went well. I don't really see how these bystanders have a chance in hell if they can't open doors and such. Like they have to basically go through the path that the zombie went through, but whatever. All right, so but we are only playing with 4 heroes, which is cool. I haven't gotten to that part in the book. I'm assuming it's a variant, but it's cool to be able to play 4 heroes. Typically in Zombicide, they strongly suggest that you play with 6, but I like the idea of playing with 4 if it makes it harder, and also it's just less shit to maintain. Yeah, so next up we're going to activate Iron Man. And Iron Man, where you can go, Iron Man? Where you going? Where you going? It's going to go 1, open door. Spawn. I don't know what that is. I suppose I need to figure that out because there's that symbol there too. Let's go ahead and figure that out. Because it probably means create an enemy or something important. Like, there should just be like a reading the map tile. Part of this book. Oh, spawning in buildings. Only spawn in the zones marked with the... Okay, perfect. Draw and resolve 1 spawn card for each of these zones, one after the other in any order. Once the enemies have been spawned, reveal the bystander cards. Okay, so that explains how the bystanders have any chance in hell of surviving. Because you can't attack bystanders if there are if there are heroes in the zone. So I missed the spawn point there. I'm not gonna bother going back, but I will remember that going forward. So the first thing we're gonna do is shuffle our spawn deck. I am liking this. Fucking CMON, man. They do so much shady, stupid shit. They make so many bad decisions. Like I said, why wasn't there a fucking campaign expansion for this? There was one for Undead or Alive, you know, just like completely unintelligible tactical decision making from these fucking guys. But it is, their games are, they are fun on a beer and pretzels level. I'm really bad at shuffling, so we're gonna shuffle, do the Helltown Shuffle. Boo boo boo. What else been going on? Started watching Stranger Things. Love it. Obsessed with it. Started playing Dungeons and Dragons. I might put up a short about that, just showing off my character, or maybe just a regular size video. I'm using D&D Beyond, which is really, really nice. It makes me wish that there was a Brimstone Beyond. Like, literally, these guys, they could make the exact same fucking app as D&D Beyond. And really all they need to make is the character sheet. And it would be so nice with Brimstone. Because it really allows you to capture everything in one place, and it's very easy to navigate and to see all of your equipment and abilities and everything. And it's free unless you want to play basically anything more than the very, very basic classes. So I did buy the Adventurer's Guide on it or whatever. But I really like it. All right. So, spawning 2 specialists. Uh-oh. Bo, no, specialists. Is that these motherfuckers right here? I don't know what the fuck these guys are. Specialists. They got batons. It's supposed to have like backpacks or something. No way, that's a specialist. Those are way too normal looking. There they are. There's your specialists. They've done a good job of differentiating character types based off of color in this game, which isn't something I think that they always do. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time since I played that game, but I remember priming miniatures in the past specifically because the runners were hard to tell from the walkers, and in this it looks like it's much easier because they are very distinct, different colors. So let's just look at the spawning. Spawn, reveal bystander cards. Yeah, so next we gotta reveal Thunderbolt Ross. Whoo, he's a combat one. So these guys, the bystanders, they can be either kind of passive or combat bystanders. The combat ones have the melee and the kind of top, and these guys will actually fight. So Thunderbolt Ross gives you, once during your turn, you may increase hunger to push all enemies in your zone into an adjacent zone. All right, that's very cool. And so we don't need the card anymore. We need to spawn Thunderbolt Ross. Here he is. Thunderbolt Ross! He's a fucking dick. And we set this aside, or I guess I'll put it right there just so I remember. All right, so I've taken 2 actions, and now I need to take my 3rd action. So he is firing 3 missiles, 4, because his missile wave card gives him 3 dice that hit on 4+. But he's at hunger 1, so he gets an extra 1. And then he gets repulsor blast. After attacking with missile waving, will push all enemies in that zone into an adjacent zone. Ain't gonna be anybody left. Alright. Well, I guess it's always an opportunity to be wrong. He rolls a 6, so he kills one of them. And he gets an XP. And then he pushes this one into here. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in that room since I forgot to do that. Ooh, Trooper Rush. ×6. Spawn, then activate. That doesn't sound good. Sounds like some of my guys are gonna be damn near dead. Guess we'll see. Shit. They're totally gonna be dead. Maybe I should rethink that, because I wouldn't have gone charging in there if I had known that they were there. But I really don't want to. I'm gonna cut myself a break this one time, just because I fucked it up. But if they spawn and activate in there, then they're gonna immediately activate and do 6 damage, which I don't believe is. Yeah, they just take the wounds. So between that and their next activation, they'll kill both of them, and cause problems. Maybe I'll spawn these guys. I'll spawn these guys here instead. because I don't want to. I'm really not trying to cheat at this cooperative game that I'm playing by myself. All right. Yeah, and so they get to rush forward. All right, now it comes to Deadpool. What's he got? He's got the dual katanas. Oh, he's rolling 4 dice, hitting on 4s. Adapting to the hunger. Once during your turn, you may increase hunger to draw 1 zombie trait. Now, I'm pretty sure you can just draw, yeah, only once per turn, so that lets him gain multiple. He's gonna move here, and then draw a zombie trait. I need to shuffle these bitches up too. It's already gotten interesting, huh? Already real interesting. I mean, the idea of these fucking nobodies posing any kind of a threat to Deadpool or the Hulk is absolutely absurd. Maybe they're weakened because they're zombies. I don't really think that's supposed to be the idea. So many zombie trait cards. I assume you get a bunch more of these in the expansions. It's a little bit nice to add some bonuses. I have the Galactus expansion actually waiting to be picked up from my local store. The only problem is my local store is like 30 miles away. So I have stores that are closer, but the store that I backed the game through is like 30 miles away. And it's surprisingly hard to find time to drive all the way through downtown Denver down to Littleton just to pick this thing up, especially when I know I'm just going to have to come back to get the rest of it in hopefully not too long. I got invoiced for it, so it should, I think it's supposed to start delivering in October. So he just got the trait Undead Rage. Discard and increase hunger by any amount when enemies enter your zone. Immediately perform 1 free attack targeting your zone. Okay, that's cool. And I think he'll just call it there. That'll be his turn. So I didn't miss anything there. We're good. Enemy phase. Activate enemies. They'll activate and spend their actions on an attack or a move. Yeah, so they attack if they're in the same zone, which they're not. So these guys move. This guy moves. Thunderbolt moves there. Fuck you, Thunderbolt. And yeah, now we spawn. Starting from this first spawn point and going clockwise, draw and resolve 1 spawn card for each spawn point. So we get a spawn point there and a spawn point there. I don't think that's supposed to be the number 1 spawn point though. I guess it is. All right, so you get 4 troopers. Come on. on, troopers! Move! These fucking zombie scum. And then here we get 6 more troopers. We've got some right here. That's a lot of troopers. There's a lot of troopers in that zone. These motherfuckers are coming for me. You better get ready to get fucked, troopers. Alright. And no effects indicated to take place during the end phase. That would be something in the mission. I don't believe there is any such. Yep. All right. So that's a round of Marvel Zombies. And then we spawn down there. Ooh, 2 guards. The big boys. Here's the guard miniatures. They're very cool looking. They're all armored up. This guy's got the totally bitchin' shield. All right. Iron Man's gonna kick that door open. Which is gonna spawn. Wait. Yeah. It's gonna spawn baddies in that spot. Escorted bystander. Spawn 1 bystander plus guards. If a bystander is spawned as an escorted bystander, that overrides their movement behavior. They always move with the guards in their zone towards zombie heroes. The guards get an extra activation. Yeah, escorted bystander activates with them. Okay, so they stay with the guards that they spawn with. Combat bystanders attack along with their guard escort. An escorted bystander does not move if there are no guards in their zone, though combat bystanders still attack. Okay, so they stop moving if they run out of guards. If there are no guards in an escorted bystander zone at the end of the enemy phase, spawn a guard there. Non-combat bystanders are not removed from the board if their guard escort happens to lead them over a spawn zone. Right. So that was Iron Man's first action. For his second action, he is going to fire off a missile wave. Oh boy. Okay, so 2 hits kills a guard. And the guards give 1 XP, just like basically everybody else. 2 hunger drives him ravenous, which is a problem actually, because now he can't do that attack anymore. Interesting. All right, so he's taken 2 of his actions, and now he is ravenous. Yeah, so he's gonna move into here and try to eat that guard. And he is rolling 5 dice. He needs 4s. Okay, well, he definitely got the 4s. Boom, 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 boom. And now his hunger goes back down. So that's 1, 2, 3 actions. He's got 1 more action. gonna do another missile wave with 3 dice. Try to kill Okoye. No, you can't attack those guys. You have to devour them. Go ahead and try and devour her, I guess. It's just 1 dice. Needs a 4. Damn. Alright, so we're spawning. Oh, here comes the superhero. Oh, fuck. It's a trap. Oh, and it's Doctor Strange. Okay, here now this gets fun. What's up, Doctor Strange? I will not allow you to continue this rampage, Hulk. Fucking awesome. Alright, so he's got 3 hit points. Doctor Strange acts as a spawn point during each enemy phase. Oh, good God. That's not good. Hulk moved 1, 2, 3. Opened the door. So Hulk's activation is over. But we're dealing with Doctor Strange now. And we've got this spot to spawn. Specialist airdrop. ×2. If drawn during the enemy phase, instead of spawning as usual for each zombie here, spawn 1 specialist in their zone. Okay, so we're not during the enemy phase. And so we just spawn 2 of them. And then we've got our bystander. Wong. All right, here we go. Big Daddy Wong. After performing a melee attack, you may increase hunger to reroll any misses. Okay. Cool. Oh boy. You just brought down the thunder, Hulk. Deadpool. Good job, Hulk. You fucked up. Deadpool's gonna go next. Gonna move 1, 2. Boy, I don't know. Does he just charge in there? How much damage do the heroes do? Is the question. It seems like they also do 1 damage. All right. Well, Doctor Strange is gonna move here. He teleports behind them. And he is going to attack. And he's going to attack Deadpool. All right, now spawning. Very dangerous. Oh, fuck, I knew it. Another superhero spawns on Doctor Strange. Oh, no. Oh, no. Miss Marvel can attack zombie heroes from 3 zones away, regardless of line of sight. Oh, mamma mia. Shit's getting real. Now it's a fight, at least. That's awesome. So, shit has taken a turn for the worse. Let's see if we can fight our way out of this. Hunger's going up. Oh, great. Now, fucking Cap and Hulk are both ravenous. Iron Man and Deadpool are still controllable. All right, so let's start with Hulk. He's going to try and eat Doctor Strange. Yeah. Let's see. Acts as a spawn point during each enemy phase. So he's rolling 5 dice on his Devour. He's looking for 4s, and he needs 3 successes to eat this motherfucker. And he gets it. All right. Chomp. See you later, doctor. And his anger goes back down to, or his, whatever the fuck it's called, hunger goes back down to 0. All right. Next up, Andy gets 3 XP. He's at 17, 16. Okay. He's gonna try and kill Miss Marvel now. Let's take a look at Miss Marvel's mini. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. These minis are really fucking cool. I'm gonna have to pay my buddy so much money to paint these for me. It's really gonna suck, but also be awesome. Yeah. So he's doing smash. He's just got 3 dice. He got it. 6, a 5, and a 4. So Miss Marvel goes down 2. And Hulk gets pushed into the orange zone, getting Thunderclap. When attacking with Smash, you may replace your base die with 1 die for each enemy in the zone before any bonuses, ignoring superheroes for this attack. So he can't Thunderclap superheroes. Yeah, and they were both actually only toughness 2 because of his strongest one there is ability. I'm going to activate Cap next because he's Ravenous. He's going to move 1, 2. Because remember, you can only kill bystanders with Ravenous attacks. And he's going to try to eat Wong. So he's rolling 5 dice. Looking for 4s. Gets it. Eats Wong. Yum. And another superhero. Oh, shit. And it's Black Panther. Black Panther performs a number of actions per activation equal to 1 plus the highest danger level among the zombie heroes. Good God. 2 to 5 actions. Who ate Wong? I think Hulk ate Wong. Wong, right? Or Cap? I don't care. I don't need this ability. Get rid of this. Shit. Black Panther spawns. There's his miniature. And I just need to make sure that superheroes spawn the same way. I think they do. Yeah, there's nothing unusual about the way they spawn. So he spawns right there. Probably too late to do anything, but oh well. Okay, so 1, 2, and out. 1, 2, and out. 1, 2, out. 1, 2, and out. Mission complete. Woohoo! All right. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Yep. Any zombie hero may leave for free. Oh, and it doesn't even take a move to move. Perfect. All right. Oh, I really like that. I like only having 4 characters. I think it does speed the game up, and it's just less stuff to manage. I like the zombie heroes. The zombie hero mechanics are actually kind of cool. The hunger and whatnot is pretty cool, because one of the things that people were concerned about was that well, since there's no gear, you're not mixing it up like that in terms of like, oh, I have this gun that does 2 damage but hits on 3s, or this one that has, you know, rolls 5 dice but hits on 5s. And you are missing out on that a little bit, but the Devour action mixes things up, as well as the fact that as your hunger increases, you're gaining more dice. So you're getting some element of that kind of modularity of dice, just through the hunger mechanic. And once you go Ravenous, you know, I could see that causing some real problems. If you went Ravenous in a zone with Doctor Strange in it, or even worse, Black Panther, you know, all of a sudden you're rolling, and let's say you're also surrounded by all these assholes. You know, you don't have that big attack that you can do to wipe a bunch of guys out. You have to chew your way through Black Panther, and he's got 4 health, so you'd be rolling, you know, as Iron Man, you'd be rolling 5 dice, and you would need 4 successes, so 4 or better. And even once you got that done, you're still surrounded by all these guys, and you're trapped by the priority order into attacking these guys next, and they have 2 toughness, so you're kind of chewing your way through them as well. So, and the fact that the bystander, or that the Devourer can only target 1 enemy, you know, is a limiting factor too. So I think that there's some definite potential there, and the miniatures really are like pretty fucking awesome. And it is fun playing as the superheroes. You know, it kind of pushes you to be a little more reckless because you want to get those kind of classic special abilities. Like I would have loved to get Ricochet for Captain America, because, you know, you want to play as the kind of iconic version of your character, and some of the starting abilities are a little boring. I don't know. I think they might have done more with that, but I don't know. I do think it's pretty solid and super easy to play, possibly even kind of more lightweight than damn near any other Zombicide game. I mean, you don't have to roll to break open the doors. You don't have necromancers wandering around doing all sorts of weird shit, and having another set of rules you have to learn. It's really, really streamlined. It might be too streamlined, but that remains to be seen. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments about Marvel Zombies, and I will talk to you later.